whether you're here with us in the Zoom or whether you're watching a recording or if you're watching the live stream on Facebook or YouTube. My name is Suzi von Mensenkampff and I'm coming to you from County Cork in Ireland. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my two compadres there, Sarah McLean, the director of the feast in California, and Sue Cooper, the collaborator with the feast this year from Mom, based in Nottingham in the UK. So we really are an international organisation. And we've been coming together now for 39 days and exploring what it is to have a spiritual practice. And we've been joined by so many incredible teachers, friends, guests who've been traveling with the feast for many years and also with Mom for many years. And it's like this collective energy is coming together and it's building. And I can really feel that we've built up to this point today. So for the last couple of weeks, when I've been leading the meditations, I've been doing the Mondays. I've taken you through some really day-to-day practices that I do regularly myself, like mantra practice, breath awareness practices, body scans. And they're all the little tricks and tools that I use to go in to that still and sacred sanctuary within myself and to take me from that busy part of the mind into what I call a state of restful awareness. So we had a workshop last Saturday actually where I talked about the biological responses. And, you know, I think everybody's familiar with the stress response and the fight or flight response when those little walnut-sized adrenals get activated and we're in a state of fight or flight or having a stressful response to everything. And then the next one up from there is the ego-based response, which is reactive response. And I think we're all very aware of when we're in that sort of zone, when we're perhaps in the traffic and we're just going, hey, get out of my lane, or, having that real reactive feeling inside of us and expression when we feel someone's like crossing us off or, stepping over the boundaries, let's say. So then we looked at restful awareness, and restful awareness really is when we move from that kind of ego encapsulated aspect and we go into like a narrower part, we go inward and we move from ego to the spirit and connect to the soul. And that really is like one of the key benefits of doing a daily meditation practice, is moving from that expanded sort of ego fight or flight mode into the stillness and silence, into the sacred sanctity of your own self, and finding calm, creating calm within ourselves, which I think we can all agree has been essential for the last year as we've been navigating this pandemic. I think the feast has really helped us to learn beautiful ways in which to access that state of calm and peace and find our centers. So that would be what I call restful awareness response. But then I've taken you a little bit further along the pathway of the biological responses, because I'm interested in that, and it makes me quite excited to know that there's so much more to us. So we went into a lot of practices that brought us into like the intuitive response, where you're following your gut instinct. Then we looked last week at the creative response by consciously activating the right side of the brain, moving into creativity, looking for creative solutions to solve our everyday problems. Now, today I'm taking just another step further. So today, my intention for the practice is to move into what I call we're going on the hero's journey, and it's going into this other response that's even more expanded than the creativity. We're going into like, what's the vision, the visionary response? What would Nelson Mandela do? What would, my grandmother have done? What would those people who've really been here before or are here currently, and they deal with major challenges, and they seem to just come through. Maybe they'll come out of some things like a little bit bruised and a little bit, disheveled, but that energy that we can connect with to move from just little old me And for this meditation, you can put on a cape, because we are going into the world of the myths and the legends and the archetypes. And I love this world because it's a lovely fantasy, and it's an escape sometimes from the mundane. We're going from that mundane day to day into what I would call the miraculous. And I believe in miracles because I've absolutely witnessed them firsthand. I almost expect them actually now, because I've sort of made my life more mythical. It's a lot of fun showing up with the myths and the archetypes, the heroes and the heroines. So based on my own passion for doing this is what I'm offering you today. Join me on the hero or heroine's journey. It's based on the work of Joseph Campbell, and I'm also very much influenced by Jean Houston, if you've heard of her. We can talk a little bit more about it after the practice. So like I always say, it only works if you do it. So if you have a cape, put it on. If you have a crown, you could put that on too, whatever works. But ultimately, we're going to be comfortable. So this is a journey where we're going to just explore and have a little bit of fun. Because within each and every one of you are these heroes and heroines, these gods and goddesses, and they're lying in embryo within you, waiting to be born. So we're going to go in there now with our eyes closed, and we're going to explore some new territory into the world of the visionary. So get comfy, guys. Take whatever you need. Take a blanket, take a cushion. Feel relaxed in your body and really relax back into your chair. This is not a practice where you have to have your back straight, and we're not doing any pranayama or anything like that. We're literally going on a journey together. So you might be asking, what are archetypes? What's she talking about? I'll give you a definition, but you'll experience it for yourself. The archetypes are concentrations of psychic energy. And so we're dipping into what I call the collective, and we're drawing more energy from the collective spiritual world, okay? So it could be angels, it could be gods, it could be your grandparents. It can be somebody living or dead. And what we'll do is we're going to move through this journey, the hero's journey, and we're going to just see if we can pick up any hints and clues along the way. So just follow my guide, and if you drift off, just come back to wherever we are, okay? But allow yourself to really relax now into the beginning of the practice. Once you've taken care of your external environment and you feel good, you can softly close your eyes or cap them with a downward gaze, and just make sure you're not holding any tension anywhere. And let's notice how we're breathing as we begin. How are you breathing now? Just observe the breath as it is right now in the natural state. Are you breathing shallow, or is it deep? Is it loud or is it faint? Notice the subtle movement as you're in your chest as you breathe in, and as you breathe out. And now we'll consciously take one long, slow, deep breath in. Pausing at the top of the breath for a moment or two, and then relax and release and let the breath go nice and slow. A longer exhale, ideally, through the nose, the softly closed mouth. And then go back to your natural breath. And I invite you now just to imagine or feel into where you are in your own life at this very moment. It could be any area of your life, the area of your material possessions or your relationships. It could be to do with your purpose or your calling. It could be to do with your health. And just take a few moments now just to pay attention to your life in this moment. as it is. Notice what comes to mind as you simply pay attention now to everything. Just see your life like a little movie, seeing it exactly as it is. And whatever comes to mind, seeing it in your mind's eye or in your awareness, or maybe it's a feeling you have about your life. And from this place where you are right now, let's invite the question: have you been feeling called? Is there something calling you? Is there something vying for your attention? The hero's journey begins with a calling. Maybe you're being drawn towards something new or some new way of being in your life. Is something coming into your awareness trying to catch your attention, and maybe that's making you feel uneasy or uncomfortable? And whether or not you're aware of what the calling is, it may be helpful for you to consider areas in your life where you feel strangely drawn towards, or maybe areas that you feel like you're resisting. Is there doubt or a refusal on your part? And I'm going to give you a few moments now just to consider if there's any sense of resistance, any part of you that's pulling back from this area that's calling you. And as you explore the areas where you may be holding back, I invite you to feel into that discomfort. Feel into where you feel uncomfortable. Is it a place in your body? Is it a thought or an idea? Is it wondering what people might think or say? And just feel that discomfort in whatever form it takes. And embrace the discomfort. Feel the discomfort and imagine now that you're buckling up, you're fastening your seatbelt as we begin the next part of this journey. And let's see what lies ahead on the hero's journey. As we move through this journey, we're going to look around as if you're looking now from your mind's eye, scanning your life. And just see who's around you. Who's taking up the front seats? Who is showing up for you? Who's supporting you? And you can also notice who's in the back seats or up on the gantry looking, but not necessarily in the front row. Considering now all of the friends or the teachers, maybe they're family members, maybe it's an author or a book, or particular teachings that are showing up in your life at this point. What are the opportunities that are showing up for you? Who are your allies? These are the ones that are presenting themselves to aid you, to support you, and to guide you on this journey. Feel their support as you move beyond this point into the unknown. Imagine a threshold now and allow yourself to journey with me across that threshold. Was there a book? Was there a sign or a synchronicity? Or a teaching from a teacher that you're drawn to? Are there opportunities that are presenting themselves? Across the threshold now, notice any signs or any visions, something that you might be drawn to that still makes you feel a little uncomfortable. But putting the discomfort to one side, pause with that. Consider the full potential and possibilities. And this is all part of your journey. What's showing up in your life right now. Without dwelling here, let's keep moving on the path. And as we wander along with a curiosity now, with a little openness, we come to a gate. And there's a guardian at this gate, stopping us in our tracks. The guardian is asking, who goes there? Consider now who or what are your hurdles? What are your obstacles? Who's the guardian at your gate? Is there someone or something in your life that halts you on your tracks, that feels like it's holding you back? Pause now and consider. Think about it for a moment. How can I get past this obstacle, this guardian? Maybe I have to fool them in some way. What can I do? These are the guardians of the things as they are. They are the ones that are keen to keep things exactly as they always were, not wanting you to move beyond or to pass them. You may call them your petty tyrants, or the ones that think or say that you're crazy, that it'll never work, or maybe that your timing is off. Maybe they are the ones who feel that people are just not ready for you right now. These are the ones in your life who are encouraging you not to change, who offer you advice to stay as you are. It's up to you to figure out who they are and how to get past them. We'll pause now and allow the guardians of the gates to line up before you in your mind's eye. I encourage you now to embrace each and every one of them. Treat them well and with friendliness, respectfully listening to them, hearing what they have to say with compassion and empathy. Notice who they are and what they're saying. Accepting what they're saying, considering their points as feedback as opposed to criticism. And I invite you now to choose to see that these guardians are also your friends and your teachers. They're here for you to show you what may be ahead. They're the guardians who are pointing out potential challenges. So with a friendly smile and a grateful nod, accepting them, acknowledging them, You can now simply slip past them as we move on to the next stage of the journey. Walking the path. The path isn't a straight line, the path is meandering. With each corner, you're not quite sure where it's going to lead you. So small steps. Take small steps on your journey. As we round the next bend, you see ahead that there's a large mountain. As you get closer, you begin to notice that there's a cave. And there's an entrance to that cave, deep in the dark recess of the mountain. The climb to the cave entrance isn't always an easy one. Part of the climb might be on your knees, crawling. But feel the burning desire to reach the cave. Connecting to your own inner compass. Feeling the freedom in choosing to take this direction. And as you approach the opening of the cave, it's your choice to decide whether to enter the dark unknown of this cave. Do you feel a little discomfort here? Feeling the discomfort, maybe feeling a little hesitant. Imagine yourself, or feel, or just think about yourself stepping into the dark. It's pitch dark in this cave. It's a deep cave. It goes back quite far into the heart of the mountain. This is absolutely unknown territory for you. As you enter the dark, your breath slows down, and you slow down your pace. Your steps are slow and careful. And you notice over time that your eyes begin to adjust to the darkness. Your skin can feel the coolness of the air, and your ears can pick up the silence within the silence in this deep, vast cave. Slowing down a little bit more, allowing your breath to deepen, taking a long, slow, deep breath in. And as you feel the air leave your lungs, your chest, merging now with the air in the cave, allow yourself to merge with the stillness and silence in the space. Your eyes are closed, but you can take it all in using all of your senses. The temperature, the feeling underfoot. Maybe it's cool and damp. And maybe this is a very unfamiliar area, that, like no other place that you've ever been before. Feeling your way around the deep, dark cave, you notice that there's a comfortable space to sit and rest. There's a smooth rock where you can just pause and take some time to completely recalibrate. And in this cave, imagine it's incubating your higher destiny. Pausing here in that stillness and silence. Incubating whatever is ready to emerge into your awareness. And it's here in this expanding stillness and silence that we can invite your true Dharma, your purpose, to unfold and inviting it in to awaken within you. Just see yourself sitting there now with your eyes softly closed, absorbing the nectar of the silence while I watch the time. Inviting a vision now to emerge from the stillness, from the darkness. And in your mind's eye, beginning to see that which is possible for you. Connect with that part of you, feeling it bubble up within you, within your heart, moving up into your awareness, into your mind's eye. And if any vision is beginning to emerge, take in every detail now. And if it's not emerging, just sit with it either way. As you take in every detail, even the most impossible. But in this cave of becoming, you're opening yourself to all possibilities, taking the time to connect with that part now. Here in the sacred sanctity of this still, silent cave, you begin to see your story unfold. As you continue to sit here in this deep, dark cave, connecting to your vision, how does it feel emotionally? How does it feel spiritually to connect with all that is? Seeing your story unfold. And if your attention drifts off, simply come back. Come back to the cave where the incubation of your vision is taking place. Come back to the vision of you sitting here as the wise one. See yourself sitting in the deep, dark cave of becoming. Allowing whatever visions or guidance to emerge. Embracing the uncertainty. and expanding into the infinite possibilities available to you in this moment and every moment. As you incubate in this cave of becoming with the infinite potential and the emergence of something new, you see the death of an old paradigm. You release the old as you give birth to the new. The old you and your old outdated ways of being die here. And it's here in the sacred cave of your own stillness and silence that you witness the new context for the new purpose and story to emerge. I invite you to experience a complete disruption of everything that was in the past, letting everything in the past go back to the past, sitting in this incubation of potentiality, connecting to your human potential, feeling it emerging from you as you, from the stillness and from the silence of this cave of becoming. Explore what's ready to emerge. Explore what has never existed before now. Explore what's right here, right now. And imagine yourself just embodying all of the wisdom innate within yourself. It's all here. You embody that wisdom that is you. It's right here that you embody the wisdom that is inherent in you. Feel it moving through your whole physical body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet to the tips of your fingers, activating these imaginal cells. And imagine yourself getting up now, feeling this new potentiality moving through you. And as it moves through you, you visualize yourself getting up now and looking out towards the entrance of the cave, and you see the light that marks the entrance of the cave. Visualize yourself now stepping slowly towards the light at the entrance of the cave. And as you get to the entrance of the cave, the world looks different. There's a supernatural world where the next stage of your journey is continuing. The colors are brighter, the sounds are clearer. And here in this supernatural world, you're connected to your deepest driving desires, the finest of ideas within you. Looking around you, you can see now that you're surrounded actually by supernatural allies. They recognize the potential in you. And you've all shown up from this mythical world for your adventure together. These allies are your archetypes. They are your greatest supporters. They are a force of love. With a nod to them, invoking all of their qualities. Who's showing up? Who's waiting to walk with you from the cave back into your life? Imagine with the courage and passion within you as you step into the world of the myths and legends, the gods, the goddesses, the heroes and the heroines. The world is full of them. They're surrounding you and assisting you, and they're bringing you from the unknown to the known. Carefully stepping down the mountain. As you embark on this stage of the journey, you can't avoid the signs. The synchronicities are everywhere, because now you find yourself surrounded by people and opportunities that are showing up. As you make your way down the path, you become aware that you are in the right place at the right time, and everything happens in divine, perfect timing. This is the archetypal revival within the mythical world of your making. Feel what it feels like to experience luck and miracles as you step into this field of possibilities with faith, with support, and with guidance. Allowing that divine state of grace to be activated now within you. As you get down to where we see the threshold, you've now crossing another threshold from the mundane to the mythical. And you're embodying the structures of the mythical world here, because it's from here that you rewrite your story. And it's from here that you now live. What does it look like? Looking around, taking it all in. How does it feel? Who were the archetypes that showed up for you today? What were the qualities they were expressing that you are now embodying? What are the qualities that you wish to invoke on your journey? As we get back to the point where we began the journey, we see the opportunities, we see the signs, and we consciously choose to come back to the ordinary. As we cross the threshold home, just remembering that we've seen something, we've seen the vision for what's possible. All it takes is a simple commitment on the hero's part to keep showing up every day, to keep showing up and connecting to your heart as you tune into the bigger picture and follow your higher calling, the higher cause. This is the part where the hero succeeds, because as the hero destroys the enemies of the past and returns to the ordinary world, reborn, revitalized, and recalibrated, this is where you get to celebrate the end of what was and the beginning of something new. Returning home now exactly to where you started. Keeping your eyes closed, but feel, think, or imagine the environment that you're occupying right now. All the stuff that you know, the chair, the floor, the light, the window, the door. You're back to where you started, but there's a little part of you that you've connected to in this hero's journey. And this part is the wise one who knows deep within you that things will never, ever be the same again. As we come to the end of this meditation, I invite you to take a long, slow, deep breath in. Down into your belly, feel this big expansion across your whole body. And release the breath. Exhale a long, slow, deep breath out. Let's do it one more time. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. This time I invite you to extend your arms out into the environment that you occupy. Opening up across your chest, feeling that expansion, making space for what wants to be born. Take the hands up if it's good for you to do so into temple pose. Stretching into that new way of becoming, of being, and then slowly draw the hands down in prayer position in front. Just tip the third eye, the eyebrow center. Then coming down to your throat and settling in at the heart center. Let's take a bow to everybody who showed up on the practice today. These are your tribe. And as you lift your head, you can look around, take it in. And these are the ones that you've been waiting for. These are your community. These are your Sangha. These are your tribe. These are your friends. Let's take one more long, slow, deep breath in. And really release the whole practice now. I invite you to shake it off. If you want to stand up and shake it off, or shake out your hands, your feet. And I want you to fully come back. So we really need to fully come back into our physical body. You can tap your feet. I'm tapping mine on the floor. And I want to make sure that you're completely grounded, that you've come fully back. You're still not hanging out in the cave. You can come back anytime you want. You can go back into that practice. You can just connect with that part of you anytime. It's always there. And connect with the heroes and the heroines within you as you decide that you're going to live your life from that visionary response. You know, you're taking it up a notch, and that's how you do it. And nobody does it on their own. That's the beauty. So I just want to double check that everybody is back fully and feeling good. And sometimes, you know, when you're in an experience like that, you might feel like, oh my God, I need to write all that down. You know, you don't really have to write it down. Anything that needs to be remembered is there. And some of it you can just let go. But I hope you enjoyed the heroes and heroines journey. I loved guiding it. And I think it's just powerful to give ourselves the space and the time to move into parts of ourselves that maybe we didn't even know were there. We're going to stop the recording now and we're going to move into our little community to have a chat and connect.